Good evening and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of London Greens in FM 2024. We are back. We're playing another episode here today, and from here to the end of the season, it's going to be 3 games per episode as we try our damnedest, our very best, to keep ourselves in the position we're in, in a pretty strong, solid position. Someone commented not long ago that I've been saying Tomonori Tadeka. I have been. I realised that's not his name. It's Takeda. There we go. I struggled with it right there. Takeda. Someone said just change his name. You may as well. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to change his name. I'm going to try and respect his name. Tomonori Takeda. And we're going to play 3 games here today. So what games have we got on? Well, we've got the first game against Cobham down in 13th. Then a repeat of our unfortunate dismissal in the Cup against Berks Elite. They're in 14th. And then the big one. League leaders. Spelthorne. Top of the pile. 8 points above us. Looking real good. We're going to play up against them. But we've got a bit of a gap before the Cobham game. So let's see what comes on the news first things first. Nothing there, nothing there. McSkeen wants to talk about the amount of time he's getting. Okay, let's have a chat with him. Wow. They don't seem to be happy about it. I'm going to say, look, if you want to depart, you can, but that's only because we've got a good a good strong, selection of strikers going for us this season. If we look at the kind of this stat that always seems to disappear off screen, we look at the conversion rate. Takeda, McSkeen, Ruddock, they're all about the same, so we're not really losing too much from him there. If that's what he wants to do, that's what he can do. Now, goals scored. Takeda is way, way, way ahead. You can see he's only scored 3, McSkeen, so he's not really been the best of the bunch. So that is kind of something to think about. Anyway, I'm going to skip forward. We're going to get to the next game. We're going to sim forward to the next game, unless, of course, there is something worth kind of noting. Let's go and do that now. We have made it to the game, or there or thereabouts. We were about to load in. And then we've actually got the Berks Elite game in only a couple of days after that, which means we are going to have a little bit of a rotation between... Look at that, he still can't play. I mean, it says he shouldn't play. Look in the squad, it says... I mean, he's not fit, but he is a goalie. Either way, we're not going to play him because it would be a little bit silly to do just that. Now, our opposition, they play a Route 1, so they think we should be playing with a higher intensity. I mean, they're going to play Route 1 anyway, so they're going to give us the ball anyway. I'm not sure we need to do that. Now, if I click the plan A, Cutbush moves up there, but I'm actually going to drop him back for this game. A little bit because of that, because of the idea. If they're going to play Route 1, I kind of want another person back a little bit more often. But other than that, we're just going to keep the same ideas here. We're going to try and keep the ball. We're not going to press too high up the pitch. We're going to keep our defenders on automatic, so we're on positive. And hopefully just have another solid game out there. We don't really want to try and do too much, fancy. We're not going to get overly complicated with the tactics. The team feel happy with what they've been asked to do, and I'm kind of happy for them as well. And I'm just going to keep the same team. The team that was loaded up, the team that did well in the last episode, we're going to do that again. And we're just going to play a simple game. And if we do find that we're dominant on possession, then we can throw Cutbush further forward. Embleton's already had a really good opportunity in the first minute here up the right-hand side, which is kind of curious because he is the left-sided player, so I wonder what he was doing out on the right. That's a good ball. Moss will get it back into Takeda, into Embleton, who shoots it again. Another shot for Embleton. This time it goes wide. Doesn't work the keeper. But that's a pretty good start. And look how high we are pressing right there. I mean, that's our centre-backs on the halfway line. Joseph moving the ball forward. Back to Olafsson. Back to Joseph. Is there a pass inside? No, there's not. But Embleton steals it to Cotbush. Shoots from distance. Hits the bar. And Ben Horn just in the right place at the right time. I don't really think you can... Was there an error there? Let's watch. King takes a bit of a heavy touch, I suppose. Yes. But I'm not really sure you can blame the ball coming off the post, hitting the keeper, and then falling to our striker on the centre-back losing it. Yes, he lost possession, but there's a lot of things that come after that. So either way, we're happy with it. And I'm going to throw in a calm down because I don't want to concede quickly after taking the lead early in a game. Only 5 minutes in, of course. Takeda on the ball. I'm saying his name correctly, not Tadeka. Moss on the ball in... No, okay, good tackle, but this is exactly why I brought Cutbush further back here. Because if they do get the ball off of us, I don't want us to just be empty. Oh, Ben Horn goes across. There's no one there to tuck it in, though. Takeda probably should have been there. Although we've won it back already. Embleton into Ben Horn, or just go on his own towards Cutbush. Forward, Takeda, turn it, shoot it. He does, it's 2-0. Just under 6 minutes played. We are 2-0 up already. Everything is going as we want it to. And we're going to watch the replay. Embleton plays it back across to Cutbush, who takes a touch. Looks for Takeda, who on the spin takes a touch. Yeah, lovely play. Really simple stuff. Really simple passing. Our opposition, Cobham, are playing so deep by the looks of things. Every time we have the ball, it just looks like we're up here in this area of the play. And they are... Well, look at that. They've actually got 3 players back here. Have we got a penalty? We have. So Ben Horn will take a shot on goal here to make it 3-0 in 11 minutes. And he does just that. Lovely stuff. We don't need to watch the replay of that one. It's a penalty. We know it goes in. 3-0. We'll skip that and we'll just keep going. We've had 5 shots, all of them on target. The XG is 2. The momentum is firmly in our favour. Everything is going as we would want it to. And I guess now I can throw in a praise. Takeda on the ball, back to Moss. Into Cotbush, or Horn finds Horn. The keeper holds on to that one. It's only 15 minutes in and they're saying, oh, Ben Horn might, he might be mad if he doesn't get a hat-trick. He's got a lot of time to try and get the hat-trick. So I wouldn't be giving it just yet. Although it does look like Cobham are coming back. But, I mean, this is kind of crazy, isn't it? We've just taken a lot of the pressure off of ourselves early here by just going 3-0 up so fast. Oh, off the bar, though. And Salmon will get it clear. Cutbush will chase it. And we will get possession back. Turner Gilligan on the ball into Cutbush. Playing as a deep-lying playmaker, of course. Whereas Olafsson is playing as a ball-winning midfielder. So, one of our midfielders... being really tough, really difficult, making fast tackles, strong tackles. And then our other midfielder still back in position, still defending where he should be. Like he should be on Clark right now. He should be there. And has almost cost us a goal by not really being on his man. But also spraying those passes left and right and putting other people into space like he did for the Takeda goal. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to drop onto balanced here. Hopefully we do not concede. No, we haven't. Okay, pushed it back. Good and out. And I'm going to just check where our lines are. Yeah, we're on a mid-block on a standard. We'll just drop back a step onto the lower just to try and avoid anything going over the top with their Route 1 style of play. If that is indeed how they look like they're playing. We'll see what the halftime analysis says because we are quite close, of course. But everything so far looks pretty good. We're 3-0 up. We're just going to try and control the game from here on out. It is a bit weird. It's a bit weird. Everything is going to... since we've gone 3-0 up, it does seem like everything is going Cobham's way. They are putting on the pressure, but... they are going to find it tough to break us down. They're taking shots from outside the box. I'm not really too worried about it. Yeah, and that's half time. So 12-0. I've got something in my eye. 12-0, and we win the first half. 12-0? No, 3-0. We win the first half. And we're actually not too high up the pitch. So yeah, it's okay stepping us back just a tad. Yeah, that's the only change I'll make because it said that Turner Gilligan was getting complacent, which I don't like. So we'll make the change and bring on Stefan Clark for a full second half, which he does come on a lot. Obviously, he is our super sub. He covers the entire back line. But he gets a whole second half this time, which is cool. Good for him. Okay, Williams, I just want you to kind of drop it. There we go, into Salmon. Now, Cutbush in a lot of space. I don't mind if he decides to spray a pass. That wasn't really a sprayed pass. That was a bit of a poor pass in all honesty. Olafsson does well to win the ball back. Now we've got to get out to him there. Organ is there, whips the ball across. They header it. Williams gets to it, but that actually palms it back. Now I do want to see if that was actually Williams palming it back or if it came off the bar or the post. I think it was Williams, however. Yeah, it was. So, oh no, it says it hit the bar, but it looks like Williams did get a touch on it as well. That's not great. That's not great. So I'm going to call for a demand more. It looks like they maybe have taken it a little bit easy since going up 3-0 because we haven't had a shot in that time. Let's take a look at the... Oh, Takeda. Just goes wide. A goal kick to Cobham. I want to see the match momentum here. Visualizations. Yeah, still a lot of... It's a lot of Cobham. And I can get behind the idea of taking off Olafsson for Howard because he is on one yellow card away from a suspension. And he probably will get that yellow card at some point. I don't really want him to, though. So if I can avoid it for as long as possible, we will do just that. And, I mean, yeah, look, this second half has been a bit of a nothing so far. Provided we don't concede here, which we haven't. Williams makes a good save. A very weird one, yeah. 3-0 up so fast, and it just kind of looks like we've taken the sting out of the game, which is something you do want to do, but we have conceded the second half 1-0 so far. Free kick is awarded. Horn was tripped. Okay, cool. I was a bit worried there was going to be a penalty there. And the time's actually almost up, so we've actually flown through this game really, really quickly. Even if Cobham score at the end here, it probably won't matter. And they've messed it up somehow. I don't know how they've done that. Embleton will chase. No, sorry, that was Cutbush who clears it long. Takeda's going to run. We've got Horn in the middle, trying to get himself into a good position. Goes back to Howard. Probably go forward again. It's not the best, but Moss ends up with the ball. Whips it all the way to Horn. Oh, that is I mean, that's an incredible pass from Moss. To put Horn basically one-on-one like that, he has got to hit it first time to really hope for a goal. But what a ball in. Takeda will win that back, or just let it go for a throw-in, and there's not a lot of time left. Let's give one more sub. No, let's go Jamie Loft on for Salmon. I don't even know if that sub will get made. I think it did, but it probably is going to take like maybe 1 or 2 minutes from that game. That goes out. That's a goal kick, and that will actually be the game, I imagine. There's the final whistle. Brilliant. 3-1, absolutely coasting for the rest of the game. Getting 3-0 up so early allows us to do that. We went into a 4-4-2, and it seemed to work with the extra midfielder back. Yeah, lovely stuff. Easy as you like. Even the XG without the penalty is at 2.1. So a very strong performance. Lots of our chances being really, really good chances, which is what we look for with our idea of kind of short passing, controlled possession. get the ball into the box and make sure the chances we are creating are strong, good chances. And even then, Embleton missed early and Horn missed a header. Could have been 4-0, could have been 5-0, could have been even more. Now we will have to rotate perhaps a little bit into the Berks Elite game. Let's get to it. Okay, about to load into the Berks Elite game. There was no news or anything worth reporting. Loads of players are getting offers for other clubs, but they're deciding to stay. Hopefully because we're actually doing something right here. But here we go, Berks Elite. Of course, last time we played them, we struggled. We went 0-0 from the very first minute to the very last minute, and then went out on penalties. So we're going to put in our opposition instructions. We're going to stick with the exact same strategy as the last game. Although it might be an idea to just step back a line earlier because the opposition play with wing play. But everything else, I think, is just going to stay the same. We're going to play this plan A, which is mostly a territory game. Evans is going to come in for Moss. That's probably the only change really necessary. Everyone else is looking pretty good, looking where they want to be. Nervous about his battle. Okay, Takeda is nervous. Interesting. We shall see. We want to try and see him, want to boost his confidence going into the game, but that's not really up to me. Let's do that. Let's mark him tightly there. They look composed and look okay. That's fine. Berks Elite haven't won in 5, and I bet that was when they beat us on penalties. I would think it is. Okay, that's a good start. That's how you win the ball back early from the opposition. Now, we do play possession heavy, so if they do start to press us, that's when things can come undone, and we might have to start playing with a little bit more direction. But we'll see for now, because we were unravelled by the press, as my title of an older video said, where when we get pressed very, very high, we can come undone by trying to play our way out of it. And obviously the answer to that is to then try and play with a little bit more direction, just play faster. Maybe drop the lines, send the wingers up, and tell them to get in behind and play wing play a different style of football. But it doesn't always work, and it's hard to change on the fly. Oh, that's unlucky. And that goes long to no one. Okay, so it's us again. Early doors here. Takeda going to go out wide to Ben Horn. Actually, more central, really. Carr, yes. Evans is there. Good. Inside. No, goes back. That's okay. Olofsson, just go back again if you need to. Yeah, okay. Now, it does feel like the wingers there probably should be dropping back. They still feel a bit high up here. Oh, my word. That's a lovely line. And that's a lovely finish. Oh, my goodness. So Olofsson kind of said, I've had enough of this passing around the back. I'm going to try and drive it forward. Now, that's actually something that, certain DMs have in their arsenal. For example, Declan Rice for Arsenal, and before Arsenal for West Ham. What a finish, far corner. 1-0 to us. We can drop a keep calm, lads. And for West Ham before that, every now and then Declan Rice will pick up the ball and just be like, cool, we're going forward. Sometimes Harry Maguire would do it as well in an England shirt, just pick it up and start running and say, if no one's going to... And obviously if a centre-back does it, the DM will kind of slot in behind. Wow, 1-1. Immediate response. Asking them to stay calm. And they weren't able to. There we go. It didn't even... I mean, it probably should have. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Interesting. Either way, momentum very even early doors here. 20 minutes gone. Berks Elite 1. London Greens 1. That's not a position we want to be in. And he's missed a goal. Wow. Llewellyn probably should have put that one in. Okay, I think I want to drop us to balanced here because the game is quite even. And I want my centre-backs to maybe drop back a little bit. So I'm actually going to put them on defense. Sorry, my wing-backs. I'm going to put them on defense for a second because, like I said, we are playing against a wing play style. I'm gonna adapt into this. No, into this. Yeah. So Olafsson is going to drop even further back. Oh, wow. And then Cutbush wants to come off. He's had a knock. You know what? We'll do that. And Howard will go into the middle. Doesn't look like that's overly working for us. It looks like they're getting a lot of the ball here. Oh, never mind. That's a chunk of pressure coming our way. Well done, Howard. Good stuff. On to Evans. That's a lovely pass out wide into Embleton. Forward to Howard. Over the top, Horn. We'll get there back to Embleton, maybe. Goes to Takeda instead. Now back Embleton, Horn. So, what are they doing? They're playing it very, very intricately. I'm going to ask them to maybe go a little bit more direct, and I'm going to turn that off for now. I would like to see maybe just a few more shots, because the opposition, they've had 7. We've had 4. I want to see us try and get a few more shots on goal, even if they're blocked or stuff like that. Okay, so at the halftime break, we did manage to get a few extra shots in there. Looks like they're getting a couple of crosses going their way. They are unsuccessful, however. Data shows that they are pressing quite high. I did say that when the opposition presses quite high, it can cause us some issues. But we're playing on a lower one. In fact, I'm going to just go into a low block and accept that. And accept that they are having a slightly better time out there, you know, a little bit more of the ball, doing a little bit more what they want to do, stopping us from playing the way we want to play, and making us play a little bit more direct. We're going to try it. Look, Howard into Takeda, lovely stuff, gets tackled, needs to be a little bit faster on getting the turn and getting the shot away, like he did for his goal earlier in the game. So at the moment, 8 shots to 3. 8, 3, 5, and 2. So 8 to 5 on shots taken. That's good. That's actually really good. That's working it from the back. Almost exactly as I want us to until then. Okay, good block by Sam, and it goes out for a corner. I just realised didn't really say anything for a while there. Made a slight tactical change because I do feel like we're slightly under the pump when it comes to... we have good possession, but we're not really putting it in a good area. So I've brought Horn back a little bit to try and connect with the midfield. And then Takeda is now the only striker. Horn goes for a long shot. That's okay. Because I do want a couple more shots to go on, like I say. Horn takes a yellow card, which... we'll just make this swap and then bring on Jamie Loft in there and actually swap those guys around. Because I think Loft is a slightly better defender than Olafsson. And oh my goodness. Okay, look, I don't know how that's happened there. I don't know who's made the mistake. Tobias Zydonik made a miss of a header. But how did the ball end up at Takeda's feet? So Zydonik misses the header, and then the defender here is kind of facing the wrong way in a bad position. I'm going to drop the calm down again because I want us to control this from here. So I'm going to add some time wasting, drop that tempo, drop that direction a tad. Yellow card for Carr is enough to see him come off. And we'll just clean up the formation here in terms of structure a little bit and turn it into a 4-5-1 more or less. rather than a 4. It's kind of a 4-2-3-1, but it's so compact. The players are so far back. Now that we've got that lead that we want, with not a lot of time to go. And I'm even going to drop us on cautious. I don't want us taking unnecessary risks here at the end of the game. Oh, Howard Steele. Yep. Oh, gets a shot away, but... Oh, it comes out to Embleton. Okay, another chance. Runs up the left. Goes by his man. Takeda shoots it. Lovely stuff. This is the kind of stuff we need here at the end, just to really take more time out of the game. Stealing a bit of a... It is a bit of a stealing a 2-1, where I don't feel like we've played incredibly well, but the tactics have kind of done their job, where we went a bit more attacking, we needed a little bit more direction, we did that, we sent one over the top and it led to a goal, and then going a bit more compact here at the end, just trying to see this one out, and hopefully that's what we will do. See, that was a pass that was just not really on. Number 11, which is Nathan Evans out on the right hand side, he wasn't free. He wasn't empty. There was no space around him. And Loft still tried to make the pass, tried to force the idea. And forcing the idea doesn't really work. Good block from Clark there at the end, the substitute, who once again comes on covering a different position this time for the back line. That's really, really good from Williams. That is how you see out a game at the end here. Oh, good. Shoot it. Yep. Pass it off to Howard again. Get it in the middle, maybe? Or just out here, or do something with it. Back then. Yep, fine. And back. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so the cross didn't work, but this is good. We have had a very, very good period of control here. That was a good tackle. Okay, good. Not long to go. Williams claims it, and that should be that. We should be able to see this time tick all the way to 94 from now. Williams on the ball. Just drop it if you want. He actually goes long. Takeda's going to try and get across. Won't get there. Olafsson wins it back forward. Embleton into Howard. Takeda, just get in behind if need be. We just send it long instead. 10 seconds or so left for the Berks Elite to get the ball upfield. They are struggling to do so. Into Takeda. Out to Embleton. You've got your wing back with you. He uses him, and that's the final whistle. Now, that's a really, really, really good result. It's another win on the board, but it feels like a very different kind of win, where the XG is kind of good. It's reflective of what we want to be doing. Clear-cut chances. One, which was Takeda putting it in at the end of the game there. Well, 71 isn't really the end, is it? But equalising on shots, good passing. They made more tackles than we did. We won a lot more headers than they did. Had a better, higher average rating. And more possession. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'm not giving the guys enough credit there. They had a good game. They had a good game when I don't feel like we did. It felt like tactically it was a bit janky, I suppose. A little bit kind of half and half, where I wanted to play possession, but that wasn't really working. So we dropped the lines to give us more time. And then a possession stat does go up. We go direct, get the goal, and then instantly settle for it, which is a bit of it can be considered. Set for a goal bonus. Nice. Yeah, that's fine. Happy with that. Well done, Takeda. Oh, and Tyrese Ruddock is gone. Okay, so this was something that, had the potential of happening because Tyrese Ruddock wasn't overly happy that he wasn't getting a lot of game time. And it's probably fair that he's disappeared. I can't really be mad about it, because if we look at the strikers, Ben Horn, Takeda, McSkeen and Gregory still kind of are above Ruddock in the pecking order. And then if you look at the right wingers, you've got Evans and Moss, who are both playing very well. Replace Ruddock with Turner Gilligan. So that means that he's not getting into the side as a striker. He's not getting into the side as a right winger. And if he's not getting into the side as two, oh my word, Levi Flint's just gone as well. Wow. That's a little bit more difficult because that is an important player in our kind of, our entire squad. So we're going to have to go and have a look for edit search, a right back with work rate, determination, and stamina. Okay, Finley Krask looks like the best option there. Would be a terrific signing. I'm going to make an offer. They want 12,000. We can actually afford it. Yeah. That's actually pretty cool. That doesn't often happen. Let's go back to the make an offer page. Yeah. Let's see if we can bring it down a tad. Well, maybe we could have gone a little bit harder with that. But, that's their initial offer. We've come in with a lower offer, and they've said, yeah, that's fine. So maybe we could have gone even lower. But does that mean we can now? No, they've got a reply, of course. So they've said in theory. Now they've accepted. So we may negotiate. £500 a month. That's a little bit too much. I'm going to bring that down. I'm going to get rid of that. You can have a clean sheet bonus. You can even have a higher goal bonus, buddy. 525. 475. Oh, brilliant. There we go. That's been accepted. That's good. I mean, he's got the stats in the right numbers, in the right places. Says, would be a terrific signing. Playing for Odd Down in the Western League Premier Division, which is a county division. Are we in a county division? No. We're in level 10. He plays a division higher. Very interesting. Okay. It's actually the first time in a while that we've had to make some kind of signing. Losing Levi Flint like that has required it. Thornton beat Cobham. Middle of the table clash that was. They've only played 15 and somehow they're above a lot of teams who have played more. So that's quite impressive. But when does Spellthorne play? I know they've got a game against us, but we've played 2 games in the week leading up to this. They don't have one. Feels highly suspect. Horn drop there. Horn drops lack of concern. Lack of football concern. He's playing more. So he probably should be happy. Of course, with the amount of play. And he has been scoring. Yeah, it's been a good episode for him, actually. So, oh, and now Howard's gone. Wow. That's a little bit more of something. He hasn't really been getting the assist this season. But his average rating's pretty high. 6.7's okay. Let's have a quick look at how Spellthorne play. They play wing play, so we'll more or less we'll try and keep to our regular tactic. We might actually, we'll throw back like that, and then we'll bring in, I think, probably Hughes goes in, Kubrish goes there, and then Olafsson covers on the bench. I think that works, but we're gonna have to go scouting again for a midfielder. So is that, yeah, that's the one, because that's midfielder regular. Yeah, let's edit those attributes to vision, teamwork, passing, flair. Ben Horn. Yep, brilliant. And the Berks Elite player. That's so funny. I'd love to see his stats. That would be really interesting. Jonathan Clark. I mean, he has very, very specific stats, but he's a very. It seems like he's quite slow. Not a lot of pace, not a lot of acceleration. So maybe we drop the teamwork. Doesn't actually change anything on the search there. Drop the flare. Ah, okay, that's a lot better. That gives us more. And that is our best of the bunch. Jake G or G. I don't know. Oh, he's got high aggression though. Okay, that's an interesting one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly do that because it gave us another option of Daniel Cutler, who played for Stappen Hill, plays for Hastings, so he's a Southern player by the sound of it. Probably wouldn't be. I mean, yeah, obviously he's in our scouting range. Let's offer him a trial. Do the old 4 weeks to give him as much time as possible. And same again. And those are the two players we're going to have a look at to replace John Howard. Now, we've got a 26-year-old and a 30-year-old. But whether or not they have the stats that we're after is a different question, of course. We want to see these numbers. We want to see what they come out as. Hayes and Hillingdon get a win over Frenches and move up to 6th. They've actually still got a game in hand on us, which if they won, they would go above us. They would go into 2nd. Now, it would be a very, very useful result for us if we were able to beat Spelthorne in this here, the last game of the episode. Let's get to it. It is the day of the biggest game of our season so far. And whether or not we can get a 3rd win out of 3 in this episode and 5 in a row, because we won the 2 in the last episode as well after the mid-season reset. So that's what we did. I mean, we have turned it around a little bit. We had a really poor run of form. We had a great start, then a really big slump of form and bad performances and losing games. And now we've kind of bounced back again. We're on a good run again, which is lovely, but I really wish it wouldn't work like that. Of like, really, really good, really, really bad, really, really good, and somehow a 4-0 in there as well. 6 games lost out of 7. And then before that, you've got 1 game lost. And then after that, you've got 4 games in a row. So it's just so odd. Today, we go into the tactical meeting. They want me to go route 1. It's really confusing sometimes when they throw these kind of ideas at me. Okay, we're going back to this tactic. Embleton probably should take a break, but this is an important game, so I don't really feel like I can drop my first teamers. I'm afraid. Not really. The opposition do play on the old wing play again. Let's just press a tad more in our mid block. Just a tad more. We're not going crazy. I've also picked a new captain because John Howard was the club captain. I've given it to Ben Horn because he was unhappy for a period of time, not really feeling great. But it is kind of hard not to play him. Look at those physical stats. They're very good. So I'm kind of going all in on that. And saying, I was unsure about you. I've changed my mind. And I'm backing you as my captain to go out there and lead this team. Because he's got good leadership and he's actually got good teamwork and stuff like that as well. I think it's like 12 and 11 or something. With Turner Gilligan as the vice captain at right back. And it's the biggest game of the season, so hopefully he does have a good one. And we start with Turner Gilligan, the vice-captain, on the ball. Gives it to Moss, who whips it towards Embleton. Embleton jumps, won't quite get there. It's going to be gathered by Joseph, the left-back. And, of course, we are looking at other players to bring into the squad. Embleton, try and get it in the middle. He does. Moss at the far post. Knocks it in. We're 1-0 up against top of the league. I'm going to throw out the calm down as fast as I possibly can. And just like the first game of this episode, we have taken the lead very early and moved to top of the table. Now, don't forget, Spelthorne do have games in hand, but this is taking points off of our opponent. What a header, what a ball in, and what a header. Lovely play. Good stuff. What the heck was that? So they moved the right wing into left back, the left back into left mid, and then the left mid to the right wing. Super, super interesting, that. Off the bar. My goodness. My goodness. Takeda's come out trying to chase it. That was very close. But oh, yes, good tackle. I thought Sam Carr might have gone in a little bit too hard there and made a foul, but he did not. Spelthorne have had a good amount of possession. I think maybe they are telling us to go on to balanced here. And I think I even want to drop the line even further. You know, I think try and stop the crosses since they do play wing and trap them inside. Get them inside where our numbers are. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Williams came for the ball, didn't really get a good touch on it. The goal was pretty open for a period of time, and Williams took a long time to get himself back on the line. And ultimately, they've just taken that chance. Because look, he's punched it, but not well enough. He's on the floor, and then it is just an open net. Yeah. Wow. Well, we will make those changes, and I'm going to throw the demand more. They've actually swapped back. Look at that. They've all gone back. So when they're looking for a goal, they make swaps like that. In the same way I do when I'm, you know, we're going attacking, so I need a different player to go forward. Oh my goodness. So Williams, once again, came for the cross. Made an error. Shouldn't really have been coming for it. And then it looked like they just missed an open net. But we are under pressure here. We are indeed. Good, and that time, Williams just stayed put on his line and backed his defenders to get the job done, which they did. They cleared it out, and now it's gone out for a throw-in, and we have seen off that little period of pressure, hopefully. But maybe not. Here we go. Carr into Turner Gilligan. Probably a long pass here. No, good. Cutbush into Carr, and then Hughes will try and get to that. Won't be able to. It really is a bit poor there. You're forcing a pass that is not on. And if you're forcing a pass, the simple thing is don't bloody play it. Just don't do it. Okay, it's still 1-1. And it is very, very much a period of pressure here. I think we might have to change approach. Okay, I think we will have to change our approach. It's not working the way things are. That's what we're going to try. And the reason we're going to do that is because I think maybe we're losing out on that possession battle. So bringing the other central midfielder back will hopefully... I mean, it's almost done that instantly. It's almost brought it down to half and half, which would be very nice. They go for the cross. Joseph gets it, clears it out. We will chase it. Look at that Horn chasing it. Very fast player. Absolute acres over here. He doesn't send it. Still trying to play out, which is quite good of them. They are following instruction there, rather than just clearing it somewhat aimlessly. Plays it into Horn. The goalie's made an error, but Horn can't find the gap. Arndale came forward, came out looking for the ball, and the ball was not there for that. And another point I'm going to make is, even though that match momentum is very much in Spellthorne's favour, the shot on target they've had, which is 1, was an open goal. You know, it had to go in. The goalie wasn't there. Possession-wise, they have been dominant. We have stepped back a little bit and given that to them. I've moved the midfielder back to try and fight for the possession a little bit more. The wingers go up to try and create a little bit more. But when it comes to their shots and our defensive structure, it's clearly still quite strong and quite, you know, well, I want to say difficult to break down, but that feels like another way of saying strong. It's not quite like that. It's just very, very solid and structured in defence by the looks of things, because they are having shots, but they're not on target, because they're not ultimately very good chances. Whereas when we get a chance, it seems like it's a better chance. So dropping back on the mentality there might be a good thing. And even potentially trying to play a tad wider to get the ball out there, like get the crosses in. I wish I could have both. We're going to go for the crosses. We're going to tell them to cross the ball a bit more just as we come towards the end of this first half. But I'm actually feeling like, despite that period of pressure, like I was saying, we did have a period of pressure there against us. And this is an opportunity until Cutbush gets back and does very well. Look at that. That's good stuff. Now, Carr forward to Cutbush. He's right there. No comment. No comment on that one from Carr. That was whatever that was. It's really good play, but again, it's a long shot. It goes in, but they are living off of scraps. You know, they're not getting clean, easy chances. Cutbush, he's marshalling pretty well there. Where the heck is you? Where are you going, Salmon? Watching the run there, that was... Oh. Yeah, Salmon's having a bad game. Look at that, 6.5. Not where we want. Oh, good save. Wasted opportunity. We're still in this game. We're still in this game. Wow, they've passed it out very nicely there. I think it might even be an idea to change the roles of these guys. I'm going to bring them into inverted wingers. And I'm going to tell us to focus down the middle, stop with that and get it into the box. Because if you put them on inverted, they're going to drift inside, like here. And you're essentially going to be playing what is a 4-2-2, like this, with the player like kind of lined up straight in a box like this. And I think that might do us a favour, just by outnumbering the opposition in the middle of the park there. I did go for the crosses, but I don't know if that's really what we're best at. Yeah, points to the spot. Okay. Yellow card for Turner Gilligan. It's a penalty against us right before the halftime break. We're just having a bit of a tough one here against the league leaders. And that is going to happen sometimes because they are the league leaders. We knew it was going to be tough. We got the lead early. But since then, obviously, it's 3-0. Since that kind of catching them by surprise. So I'm going to throw the demand more out there because I need more from the players. They're just having a really good game as well by the looks of things. Spellthorne are just really having fun out there. Yep, good. That's actually really good play, and that's actually exactly what we're looking for. Embleton actually picked the ball up in the box, came out wide with it, opened up the space for Joseph to go into. That's our left back assisting our striker, our captain, who gets us back in the game. We make it 3-2 just before the halftime break, and hopefully the second half will see us do a little bit more with that. I think we are playing well and getting a bit unlucky. They put in a long shot, they put in an open goal because our goalie made a bit of an error, and then they put in a penalty. But I think this tactic that we are kind of using in the second half here, in fact, Turner Gilligan, you should probably come off for Stefan Clark. I think we can come back. If my wide players do get on the ball a little bit more, and we oh my word, oh, what are you doing? Who is number 7? Is that Embleton making an error there? I feel like they are living off scraps. We're 4-2 down. Hayden makes a good shot, and then what is that from Embleton? It's just like very, very poor. But possession is with us, and I'm going to tell us to go positive. And I think, unfortunately, we are a little bit too far back now for a team that needs a goal. So we're going to have to go up and try and start pressing a bit. And that may open us up to more trouble at the back. But it may... Oh, so close from Takeda. It may just get us back in this game. We need 2 goals. Oh, another chance for Takeda. And he shoots it again. And this time it goes over in the exact same corner. And that's another opportunity. But now it looks like it's us. They don't know what to do when the pressure comes on. Let's go. Come on, we can get 2 goals, surely. Oh, Arndale makes a good save. Now it's our turn to defend the ball coming in, which we do. However, Fletcher gets it to Winks, who shoots it low, and Williams holds on to it nicely. Now, Johansson probably is coming back quite soon. So the fact that Williams has conceded for every shot on target goes in. Wow. Williams conceding 4, probably not the best timing because it's going to make me want to play Johansson again. You can win that. Well done, Carr. Lovely stuff. Now Moss on the ball. Inverted and in a good position. Plays a lovely pass if Horn is onside. The ball goes in. And it counts. VAR has got me bad. I thought, oh, it's him. It's the number. Is that the number 2? Maybe number 3? Bardell playing him on. Let's go. And I'm going to demand more again. They're doing very well to kind of keep themselves in this. Look at that momentum. Let's go attacking. There's a goal there to be found. There is. I know it. Well done. Yep. Oh, no. Cutbush, win that back. Out wide. Go. Yes, Clark, forward. Let's go. Run with it. Good. Okay, that's fine. Give it to the player with a bit more ability on the ball. Sends it wide. Embleton into Horn. He's right there. To Hughes. Oh, blasts it over. Hughes maybe seeing his name in lights on the old, in the headlines. There's not a lot of time here. There's not a lot of time at all. Are they going to make an error? Clark wins it. No, it's all over. Wow. That's unlucky. Okay, so we have lost the Spellthorn again. They've done the double on us. If we get rid of the penalty, 1.9 plays 1.3. They hit a long shot. Embleton made an error. Our goalie made an error. Turner Gilligan made an error. And defensively, those errors have obviously added up to 4 goals. Well, the long shot is kind of separate, isn't it? But then again, Salmon also made an error. I don't know where he was going. 6.2. He had a bad game. He really did. But in attack, very good. Very nice. To score 3 goals. I think we played well. I think we played well, and I think we did enough to get a point from that game. But there was just too many errors in defense. But it's actually kind of nice when you take a result like that and you kind of, you can wear it. You take it on the chin and you move on knowing that you put in a good performance, but just this and that didn't go your way. And when everything goes like that, there'll be games where we will win 4-0 and it'll be the exact same game, but those defensive errors don't actually lead to goals. But today they did. So what happens? Either way, we are still very much in a good position to make the playoffs. And if we do manage to make the playoffs, then we're in a good position to get promoted. And that's all we need. What do you mean, absolutely shocking? It's really, really negative from a lot of the reactions there. I think we put in a good game. I really do. Okay, we've got Krask. Finley Krask is our fullback. He's joining us for 10,000. Wowza. And now that he is, we're going to click inbox. Next game is Farncombe. Not long. Not long at all, actually. Only 5 days or so. Krask is in the team, and now we will get his stats. They are okay. The work rate's high. The stamina's okay. Determination's high. That's good. Pace is pretty high. I mean, yeah, a lot of that's pretty good. Fringe player in his prime years. He is more of a cover. We know that. We're paying him a significant amount to do that. Scored 6 goals in 14 appearances in that season. That's a lot of goals for a wingback. Dang. Yeah, that is. Wow. And now, just to check these guys, we haven't got their results just yet. So, I'm going to click continue, and I'm going to see if we do get their results. I don't think we will. It takes a little bit longer. But we'll get to the Farncombe game and then have a look at the table, and then we shall wrap it up. Okay, we're at the Farncombe game. Of course, we're not going to play it right now. We're going to save that for next episode. Oh, look at that. Denson criticizes us for lack. Oh, whatever. We're second in the division, by the way. We're a Farncombe, down in 8th. So what do you want from me? Go away. Declan Gregory, oh, they've given him an offer. Interesting. And Denison. Okay, now there is a question now of whether or not I should start giving out actual contracts to these players that, if I can afford them. Some of them will be on pretty low amounts of wages. Some of them will be on pretty high amounts of wages. The wage budget is almost 12,000. We're only spending 8.5, so we do have a little bit of leeway. I will have a look at that between episodes, I think. Like I say, we're at the Farncombe game. It's about to load in. But then we've got Dorking immediately after that. It's so weird. Why not play it on the Tuesday? Why not play Thursday, Tuesday, or something like that? Wow. This is interesting. Look at that. So there's there's fans from the odd down supporter club or whatever. They seem like unhappy to lose one of their players, and that's pretty cool for us because it hopefully means we're bringing in a good player, which would be nice. So fixture today is just us in the Farncombe game. Let's take a look at the schedule. So we've got Farncombe, Dorking, and then French's on the 6th. 11th, 6th, and 8th. So all relatively close together and quite close to us as well. So that's something to be thinking about. Competition-wise, that is how the table looks. We are 5 points off of Spelthorne. Obviously, losing that game has done that, has opened the gap even further. They've got 2 games in hand on us. We have 2 games on Meridian, a game on Camberley, but Hayes have a game on us. So you'd have to think if we do win our games, yeah, we'll move 4 points clear of Camberley, potentially 6 points clear of Meridian. But we're looking pretty solid. We're about half. Oh no, we are halfway. It's the halfway mark. Because there will be 42 games, so we are exactly halfway. 13, 1, and 7 is our record. We've only drawn one game. That's a little bit crazy, isn't it? But yeah, all good. All good, all good, all good. Now, do we have the stats for these guys? They are getting there. Aggression 15, that's good. The vision, the flair's 4, the vision's 10, the passing is 7. Okay, Jake Gee is a maybe. I'm not sure. Daniel Cutler is passing 9, bit better. Flair higher, vision higher, but teamwork a bit low, determination a bit low as well. I don't think I want Daniel Cutler if he's... And again, he covers wing as well, so you got to think of that. Anyway, that's where we're going to leave it today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll leave it with the table there if you want to have another look. Halfway mark, looking good. I shall catch you next time.